Right. It's very nice and polite how they let everyone else in as well.
Done.
I've got to work out where we're going for regret.
I'm gone.
You there, hold. No. Nope, 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 nope.
My love, you have returned to me. Can it be that your memories have returned?
Once again, Dianora materializes. If there's anything to do with regret, it seems sensible. This time, her face is filled with desperation. Her arms are outstretched as if she is reaching for something. As she fades in, the desperation in her face changes to relief. Yeah, you've returned to it. Can it be your memories have returned? I had some questions for you. What was it you wished to know? What was the vision you spoke of before?
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time. You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality. Given life and twisted by the laws of the planes.
So who have we fought, then? Like, what enemies have we faced? Like, so, Trias has got to be one of them, you'd think. Maybe the guy in the cursed prison who we had to kill to get Trias out? Or Ravel, maybe.
You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive and be immortal no longer.
What keeps me alive?
I know that you must die while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Die while I still can? I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory. Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths? If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You shall truly be doomed. Farewell.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
She smiles, but there is only sadness in it. She closes her eyes, and with an ethereal whisper, she fades.
I'm gone.
I was hoping for... That's the way out. We don't want to go to that one. I was thinking that was so obvious that that was the regret. That was the place of regret. Dianora.
I'm gone.
Where could we be regret? Where could regret be?
Done.
Crematorium was a bit of an odd thing to think about. Anna, calm down. We're nearly finished, and then everyone can just split up if you want to. This is where it all begins. Maybe it's around here? There is something about the arch in front of you, something hauntingly familiar. Bone-numbing chill blankets the air between these two black pillars, as if the arch itself bordered on some other colder space. For some reason, you know this is the portal to the Fortress of Regrets. Now all you need to do is open it. Yep, grit your teeth and peel the skin from your left forearm. You clench your teeth and dig your fingernails into your left forearm. I currently have a plaster on my left forearm because I've managed to scratch off a rather nasty scab. Now it's like art imitating life, maybe. With a dry, tearing sound, you peel off a strip of skin. The chill between the pillars becomes stronger, almost hungering, as if the portal has opened a crack. Examine it. The scrap of skin has been peeled from the back of your left forearm. Its scarred grey surface reminds you of a zombie's hide. It feels more like a piece of cured leather than a strip of skin. We'll prick our left index finger and inscribe a regret on the scrap of flesh. You prick the top of your index finger. Before the wound can heal, you squeeze forth several drops of blood. As you prepare to scrawl your regret, a series of images float across your mind. Do I have to pick the right regret? I regret my actions. Is that this action? This guy? Because I think I've played him fairly well. I regret what happened to my companions. I think that's the big one. You whisper the words to yourself, but the regret echoes through your mind. I regret. That all my companions had to suffer for me to reach here. You scrawl the regret onto the scrap of flesh, but your rapid healing forces you to stop often to reopen the cut in your finger and squeeze forth more blood. Several moments later you have finished, your blood glistening on the scrap of skin. A combination of your flesh, your blood, and your regret. Watch it dry. As you watch the bloody regret dry, a wave of cold washes over you. You look up. The black pillars to either side of the arch are glowing softly, motes of misty blue light drifting from their sides to form a shimmering curtain between them. Beyond the curtain, you can barely make out a weathered stone causeway leading into darkness. Everyone ready? I have come this far, and it would be rude of me to retire before the final hour. She smiles slightly. Even if you were to ask politely, I would not permit it. It seems I have no choice for you then. Anna? Anna glares at Fall from Grace and turns to you, fires in her eyes. If she goes, I'll go, so I will. I'll not turn stag on you here, I won't. Very well. Dakon, you with me? Your path is mine. Mort? Mort hesitates, glances at the portal, glances at you, glances at the portal again and gives a rattling sigh. Look, I'm not going to say too much here, but, well, there's something I need to tell you. Ugh, again, Mort? What? Well, it's about where we're going, or, where we've been. Where we've been. What are you talking about? It's so subtle you almost miss it. Dakon's blade flickers, the edge dulling. As you glance at him, his hand drops to his sides, as if he's preparing for battle. This isn't the first time we've been through this, you see. We've been to this Fortress of Regrets before, though I didn't know it then. Yeah, I don't think I'll get... Mort, I'll kill you! No, we'll leave that. Mort, I expect an explanation. No more lies or deceptions. Not now. It's hard to explain until you've been there. Besides, you didn't know the other you. It wasn't exactly the kind of basher to share the chant with us. I mean, I knew he was looking for someplace, but I didn't know why, where it was, or what it was. So I couldn't say anything to you, because I didn't know anything. I know what happened when we got there. And what happened? Well, we went to this fortress, and even before we landed foot in this place, we're all split up fighting for our lives. He shudders. So the first thing I want to tell you is, if you're determined to go through with this, there's a good chance that anyone who goes with you is going to end up somewhere far away from everybody else. Thing is, even split up, we may be your only hope. Why do you say that? Because whatever was waiting in that fortress for you, Chief, it already defeated you once. To this day, I don't know how you managed to survive, but if you fall again, you're going to need someone there to pull you out of that fortress. Okay, Mort, I need you to tell me everything you can about the fortress. It's important. This Fortress of Regrets, it stretches on for leagues, Chief. It's a fortress, but it feels more like a plane in itself. All stone, all darkness, and shadows. Everywhere shadows. We go there, and we better be prepared. Well, what happened when we first went there? Chief, I don't know what happened to you, but I know what happened to me. I spent time running from vault to vault, those shadows crawling all over me, trying to bring me down. Then I just suddenly... We were out? Like someone had pulled us back? Hold on a moment. When you say us, it doesn't sound like it meant just you and me. Mort falls silent. Know that I have walked your path many times. Dakon speaks slowly, as if measuring each word. His blade has become a misty grey, as if Dakon's mind has drifted. A portion of your path is known to me. 5 walked the path to the fortress. Each died their own death. What? What? 5? Well, that's awkward, because I'm taking 5 people with me. Who were they? How did they die? I died the death of faith. The skull died the death of courage. The woman died the death of grief. That'll be Dianara, I assume. The blind archer died the final and most merciful death. The death of the body. You died the death of memory. Who were these people? Well, the skull was me, Mort says quietly. The woman was some chit named Dianara. I never knew the archer. He was one who knew his targets without seeing them. Many shadows fell beneath his rain of arrows. Yeah, Mort rattles as if shivering. Chief, at this fortress there's shadows everywhere. There was darkness there, and every shadow was Shrucked Law. Dakon's voice is a whisper, and his dead black eyes seem to be staring at something just beyond you. They are tormented creatures. The wounds in your spirit are known to them. They will attack you through them. They spoke to me like the Pillar of Skulls, Mort's voice drops. They knew. Alright, look, you two. I need to know all you can tell me about this fortress. The shadows suffer. They know of torment. They know how to torture you with that which has wounded your heart. When you face them, know that you face that which has killed you once. Dakon, Mort, you and I survived. What happened to the archer and Dianara? The archer died the death of the body. The woman died the death of the spirit. I could not save the woman, because it was not your will that she be saved. Her grave was dry of tears. No one knew to mourn her passing. But why? Why didn't I want her saved? Your will was known only to you. Alright. Look, you two, I need to know all you can tell me about this. I can't tell you anymore, Chief, except we're bound to be divided as soon as we arrive. It's a huge place, and it's crawling with shadows, and somewhere in that fortress is something more powerful than any of us. Nothing lives there. The walls are darkness. Alright. Before I step through this portal, is there anything else you feel like sharing that you think might help? Well, Mort pauses. Yeah, there's one other thing you should know. The you I knew before, the you that led us here, he wasn't like you. At all. What do you mean? All I'm saying is that despite all your asinine behaviour, you got more spirit than he does. The other you, he was detached from everything. So I want you to keep that in mind. That's not all you want to say, is it? No, Mort pauses. There's one other thing. I may not have liked that other you very much, but he was one smart basher. Smartest basher I've ever known. He always had every angle covered. If he died at the fortress, that means, well... You don't think I can succeed, do you? No. Mort shakes his head. Not really got that many options, has he? It's not that, Chief, because it's not always who's smartest or who's the most powerful or who's the toughest. Sometimes it comes down to who you are and what you really want. I mean, once you wanted to become immortal, but in the end, is that really what you wanted? Just be sure of what you want this time, is all I'm saying. Fair enough. Alright, look, Mort. We haven't really talked about this, but you know you don't have to come with me to this place, right? I'll understand if you don't. Yeah, I know, Chief. I can't lie to you, I don't want to go. But I will. Just know that once we step through that portal, it ain't going to be just about you anymore. This is our lives you're playing with, and we don't get back up when we die. Then why are you... It's because of what Ravel said in the maze. Grace's voice is soft. So soft you almost missed it. Isn't it, Mort? Well, what Ravel said in the maze, she said you draw people who suffer to you like a lodestone. Mort shakes his head. Maybe it's because you've been suffering all this time. Maybe when you end up settling things, maybe we'll know a bit of peace too. Maybe. Maybe so. Then, are you with me? Why not, Chief? Mort shakes his head. I mean, we've gone to every other horrible plane in the multiverse I can think of. Why not take that extra step over the cliff? He gives a rattling sigh. Are you ready? Because if you're not... I'm ready. There's nothing more I can do to prepare myself. At least I don't think there is. Are you with me? Well, Mort glances at the shimmering blue curtain and gives another rattling sigh. Sure, let's go. I mean, any place else has got to be better than rattling our bone box in the mortuary, right? Alright then.
I feel stronger.
I feel strong. I was like, oh, we can't level up. We'll level up when we get... by the time we get like, maybe some running around there. Oh, great. I've got to memorise more spells. I think I need to put up Constitution. Anna. Put Stealth up. I think that's probably going to be... well, Stealth and Traps. Yeah, priest abilities have increased. You've probably gained a load more spells that I'd like to memorise.
I'm gone.
Well, it's too late now. We ain't resting. Can we rest? Didn't think so. The negative material plane. The Fortress of Regrets. Right. Mort was right. Not that I'm surprised. But we're separated now. Need to find... I think first goal, find people. So I'm gonna go around the outside if I can. Try and see if I can find them on the outside, because it might be that we're all spread over, but the problem is, it might be that there's other wee little sections that we've got to go into.